Why don't avoidant attachers fight for you or the relationship? Why do they break up with you? The thing is, it is human nature to take things personally. When you were a child and your parents fought, you wondered why they were fighting. Was it because of you? Is there a problem with you? Even though you might not remember consciously thinking about that. You wondered, is it because of me? Why are my parents like this? Why don't my parents stay together? What did I do wrong? What can I do better? If your parents was emotionally unavailable, you would wonder, oh my goodness, what can I do to please my mom? What can I do to measure up to the standards of my dad? What can I do to gain more of my parents' attention or to stop all this criticism that comes my way? What can I do to make my parents love me more? But the thing is, it is not personal. And lots of the time when people do things, it is because of them. When someone meets you and the person smiles and the person treats you kindly, it is usually because the person is a kind person. It is not because you are deserving of the kindness or not deserving of the kindness. And when someone meets you and they treat you a certain type of way that is not really nice, it's not really kind, it's not really sweet, it's not really fair, it's because the person is like that. It's not because of you. It's not because you deserve unkindness or maltreatment or abuse or anything of that sort. When it comes to the avoidance as well, they do not fight for you, not because it is you. It's not because it is you that they do not fight for you. In fact, they do not fight for anybody at all. When they leave you, they go be with another person. They treat the person the same way they treated you. They go be with another person. They treat the person the same way they treated you. They go be with another person. They treat the person the same way they treated you. Unless somebody points it out to them one day and they realize that, oh, okay, yeah, there really is a problem with me. Let me try and sort out my problem. Let me try and heal. But the problem is not personal. It's not because of you that they're treating you like that. So that's the very first thing I need you to understand. Why don't they fight for you? It's not because of you. It is not because of you, and there is nothing that you personally can do to make it better, except maybe you're praying for them or you're pointing out to them that, hey, if you don't mind me sharing, I think that there's a problem here. Can we go to therapy together? You know, support, but not necessarily something that you can do to yourself or change about yourself to make the person fight for you or the relationship that they have with you. But why do avoidant attachers even behave like this in the first place? A lot of the time, it has to do with the relationship that they had with their primary caregivers, or the relationship that they saw between their parents, or sometimes even what happened between their friends when they were a child. It ingrained in them that relationships don't last, or people turn out to be horrible. Even if you stay with them, they turn out to be horrible. They're not really great. A lot of the time, avoidant attachers say, I don't want the kind of relationship that my parents had. Yes, men are like this. Women are like this. They can never be trusted. And what does this lead to? It leads to them being chaotic in the relationship that they have with you. Extremely independent, extremely distant, extremely inconsistent, except for maybe in the beginning. But I've even experienced cases where in the very beginning, the avoidant attacher was inconsistent. It was all up to me to make sure it happened. And because I thought I really liked the person, I plotted and I schemed to find a way to get his attention and to find a way for him to help me with something and to find a way to get the conversation going and get the ball rolling. And I really tried. I really tried, because even in the beginning, they were inconsistent. It was my fault. I had to learn that if somebody wants a relationship to happen with you, they will make it happen, especially if they're in their masculine. And I'm dealing with a guy, so hopefully he's in his masculine energy. So he will make it happen with me if he really wants it to happen with me. If he's not making it happen with me, he's probably emotionally unavailable or he's not into me like that. And I have to accept it. I have to accept the position that people have chosen to take in their lives. Now let's move on to the next reason why avoidant attachers do not fight for you or the relationship. Have you ever experienced having to move to a different town or to a different state or to a different country? Have you ever experienced having to move to a different job or to build a new habit? The thing with human beings is that we do not like change. A lot of the time, our brain, our subconscious mind protests against change. Why is it like this? Because it is ingrained in us to fight for our survival. So we gravitate towards things that are more familiar. Whether they are good for us or they are not good for us, we just want the thing that we know. Better the devil that you know than the angel that you don't know, right? Not that I'm agreeing with the saying, but generally that is how the human mind works. That's how our subconscious mind works. So now with the avoidant attacher, typically they're not used to seeing two people really intimate, really emotionally intimate, intertwined, interdependent for the long haul. They didn't really see it growing up. Or if they saw two people together, it was chaotic. They knew that the relationship, no, there were lots of problems. So they're not used to seeing a peaceful, harmonious relationship between two individuals, and they've never experienced that themselves, or they may have never experienced that with their caregivers, like the relationship that they actually had with their caregivers one-on-one. So because of that, intimacy is unfamiliar. Sharing their hearts with you is unfamiliar. Sharing their space with you is unfamiliar. Sharing their physical space with you is unfamiliar. Sharing their emotional space with you is unfamiliar. Sharing all those things, all that interdependence is too much for them. It's unfamiliar. And so the thought of intimacy produces fear inside of them. It produces panic. Their subconscious mind goes like, nope, this is unfamiliar. This is a threat to our survival. Please, let us get out of here as soon as possible. And with that, all of them misbehavior starts. They start being distant, they start criticizing you, they start all the deactivating strategies. I have a video on that, it will appear here. You can watch why the avoidant attacher devalues you. But anyway, so all the deactivating strategies start. Why? To create distance between you and them, because that intimacy is unfamiliar. They have a pessimistic view of relationships that is not going to last. So why would you fight for something that is going to last? To them, you are going to leave them anyway. This relationship is going to fall apart anyway. So bye. It's a defense mechanism. So you might be wondering, but why wouldn't they at least try? We all try. After all, we do move to the new job anyway because it's a better salary, it's a better work environment, it's closer to home. We do move to the new state anyway because there's a new job there, or there's a significant other there, or whatever it is. Or we move to different countries because we want to experience something new, we want something thrilling. So why won't the avoidant attacher even try? You can watch this video to find out. You are worthy and you are dearly loved. Mwah.